Welcome, welcome. I am Kate Bowditch, and I am a licensed mental health counselor and a clinical hypnotherapist. And I've been in private practice for some 20 years in Snohomish County, Washington. Now I'm available online. If you call my number there, we can set that up. And I'm available face to face. So give me a call as we go along. If you have questions that you have uh, want a quick answer to, I'm always happy to help you out. If you need an appointment to come see me about something, definitely do that. And I am available for consultation for other therapists. So moving right along, this is the book that I wrote for therapists, 2020 Insight. It's a book for either therapists in the making or therapists who've been around a while. I really examine and do a case-by-case example of different situations that arise in the, as they say, in the chair. So moving into today's topic, we are going to be looking at the 7 pillars of wisdom for the therapist. We've been examining several of them, and we're on number 6 out of 7. Number 6 is essentially learn everything you can, especially as a therapist. The broader your knowledge about life in any way, the more comfortable and the more at ease you will be with the various things that pop up in therapy. Now I'm going to read what I wrote in my book, and we'll go from there. Learn everything you can. The more ways a counselor has of dealing with images, dreams, or issues brought in by the client, the more confident and client-centered the counselor can be. Also, this deep medicine bag, as I call it, this deep medicine bag approach to the client's world gives the counselor more confidence. Learning to creatively use whatever the client presents can allow your client to slip through negative blocks into new and more productive behavior only dreamed of before. Practice, practice, and learn everything you can. When you have many skills under your belt and when you trust your sense of direction, you build a bedrock belief that it's okay for the therapist to be creative, unexpected, or really and truly lost for a time within the therapy. You become a stronger guide and a good counselor. Now I'm going to give a very strange example about a young man who was he was having a really rough time in life anyway, and became very, very distraught when he had added a new fish to his fish tank. And that fish promptly ate the tail off of his other fish, who had been his buddy for a long time. And he was just a mess over this. He had ruined his fish was going to die, da 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 da. And somewhere along the line, I had learned, now why I knew this and kept this, I have no idea, but I had learned that fish grow their tails back. And so jumping from therapeutic mode to kind of just solve the problem mode, I suggested he drop a pane of glass down between the 2 fish in the tank and just separate them until the other tail grew back. And the idea that I knew that, even though I don't keep a lot of fish, that I was comfortable with that. I knew how to help him slide through that from trauma and guilt to solution and mastery. It was very smooth, very slick, and it radically changed the course of our therapy from that moment on. So, I mean, these are just weird little suggestions. So fear not, learn everything you can about anything that even tantalizes your interest in any given time. And you find that it's easier and easier to kind of deal with different things that come up, that you can just handle them and it slides by. And if you're not a therapist, my advice is always to learn everything you can, because you never know when it's going to be important to pull out the, remember those red knives that had all the blades and the scissors and the little screwdriver and all that stuff. That's kind of how I think about this little suitcase I keep in the back of my mind. You don't know when things might be useful. So the next time that we meet, my friends, we will be on the last of the 7 pillars, and that is the concept of the fading counselor. And that's one of the really difficult pieces to being a hypnotherapist. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit more next time. I thank you, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.